In this session, we will clearly understand what Arduino Mega is all about. We will understand the features of Arduino Mega. We will also get to know the Arduino Duo and its features. And finally, we will go ahead with Arduino Uno Wi-Fi. Let's first understand the Arduino Mega and Arduino Duo. Introduction to Arduino Mega. In many situations, we will be running out of the number of pins available on the boards of Arduino Uno and Arduino Nano. This will restrict us from integrating or interfacing number of sensors as we want to the board. In such cases, we need more pins for integrating these sensors. Multiplexing is one of the options or ways to multiply the number of pins. But however, it cannot work in situations where we need more UART pins or I2C pins. In order to meet these demands and requirements, the boards like Arduino Mega and Arduino Duo are designed. The features of Arduino Mega. The complete feature listing has been presented as a table in the right hand side, and you could go through it. The number of GPIO pins for Arduino Mega is very high. Yes, it is 54 pins. The number of analog pins is doubled as well. This gives us 15 PWM pins. The current tolerance of the GPIO pins is 20 millivolts and 50 millivolts, which is enough to operate any sensor. Arduino Mega has got high operating voltages of almost 7 volts to 12 volts, which is efficient and sufficient in any power applications. It has also 4 serial ports, and the primary RX and TX pins are designated as the 0 and the 1 digital pins. Let's get into Arduino Duo. Arduino Duo Milanvo, which is also called as Arduino Duo, is another prototyping board offered by Arduino, which has got 54 GPIO pins just as Arduino Mega. The microcontroller unit in the Arduino Duo is more powerful and much efficient than Arduino Mega's Atmega 2560 MCU. The significant difference between Arduino Mega and Arduino Duo is that the latter can operate and supply only voltages of 3.3 volts, and external level shifters must be used to get a voltage of 5 volt range. We will go into the features of Arduino Duo. A table is presented for your quicker reference with the figures, and you can refer to it from the right hand side. The microcontroller unit present on the board brings out the difference in the Arduino Mega and Arduino Duo. It makes the operating voltage in the Arduino Mega and Duo different. The microcontroller AT91 SAM 3X80 in Arduino Duo is an ARM Cortex M0 MCU, which is unlike the AVR MCU which is used in Arduino Uno. The Arduino Nano and Arduino Uno offer very high performance compared to AVR MCUs. The number of GPIO pins in Arduino Duo remains almost similar to that of the Mega, and there are 12 PWM pins to operate different appliances like servo motors, which is again appreciable. Each GPIO pin present on the Arduino Duo has got very high power lines and can tolerate a current flow of up to 800 milliamps, which means that each can operate a 6-phase stepper motor directly without any driver modules. This is definitely to be noted and an appreciable feature. The clock speed of this board is stunning 84 MHz, which is relatively very higher than that of the AVR microcontrollers which we have learned till now. As discussed in the previous sessions, if the clock speed is higher, the processor can perform and execute more instructions in lesser time. Thus, it is very evident that Arduino Duo is much faster and more efficient than the other MCUs. The rest of the features, which include the current ranges, the memory details, and clock speed, are presented in the table in the same slide, which you can refer to. Let's get into Arduino Wi-Fi REV2. Arduino has got a number of boards having versatile technologies embedded in them. One of the most useful technologies today that we use is Wi-Fi, and Arduino has taken it into consideration. Arduino Wi-Fi has an onboard U-Blocks Wi-Fi module which can directly connect to Wi-Fi hotspots and access the internet. It also has an onboard 3-axis accelerometer which can provide the force experienced by the board in each of the X, Y and Z axis. The main advantage and importance of Arduino Uno Wi-Fi is that it is very economical and can greatly reduce size of the wired sensor connections. Thank you.